أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب من فداء. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد الفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, I hope everyone is well and everyone can hear me loud and clearly.
Can hear you loud and clear.
Right. Now, Doctor, the question which you have asked, I will explain. So, let me just explain this. Now, when we see here on this page, page number 34, we've done this already. I'm just going to explain something for Doctor. Now, over here, Doctor, you see that it says here, Uridu ثلاثة عشر ريالا. Correct? أريد ثلاثة عشر ريالا. Yes, Doctor, come on the mic.
Yes.
Now, who is wanting and what do I want? Who is wanting and what do I want?
I'm the one who wants, and what I want is reals.
Correct. So, in the Arabic language, the word for the verb for counting in the past tense, you know the word. So the noun is adadun. Ain, dal, dal. Adadun means number. Ain, dal, dal, dal. The ain and the dal join together, and the other dal comes separately. Adadun means number. Okay. Adad. Now the verb itself, if you want to say he counted, she counted, it's a whenever. Now the verb is as this. As you know, in Arabic language, there are minimum 3 letters in a verb. How many letters? 3. Now, the past tense, let me just try to get the Arabic keyboard on this as well. Give me 2 seconds. I'm not able to do this. Okay. So the past tense is adda, ain and dal, and shadda on top of the dal, adda. You remember we did the verb, I think I did the verb with the madda, to extend, to reach. Do you remember that? Mim and dal with a shadda.
Yes, I remember that. Thank you.
Yeah. So adda, ain and a dal, and on top of the dal is shadda. Adda means he counted. Adda means he counted. Now, the original verb, Doctor, the past tense, without the shadda on the dal is adada. Da. There's 2 dals. But because of the 2 dals, the middle radical and the middle letter and the last letter are the same. So you put a shadda, and when you put a shadda, it's called a mudaf verb, and it becomes adda. Now, I want you to conjugate for me all of the past tense of adda, Doctor. Bismillah. Adda, he counted.
Adda, adada.
Adda. No. Doctor, without the shadda, just adda. Adda, addu.
Adadu.
No. Doctor, adda is the original, but because there's 2 dals together, they changed it to adda. Adda.
Yes.
So adda, repeat with me. Adda. Adda. Addu. They all counted. Here, addat. Huma, Addata, Hunna, they all females. Now in the sixth form, always in the verb, I mentioned this before, whenever there's a shadda on the last letter of a verb, the shadda is always removed in the sixth form and it goes back to the original. So the dal, the two dals become separate and it becomes adad,
That
na.
that noise.
Then it
Yes,
becomes
that's
adatta, adattuma. Continue.
sixth form. Adadna.
Yeah,
Adadna.
that's they all females counted. Adad na. So ain, dal, and the noon with a fatha by itself. Adadna. They all females counted.
Yes.
Can you start from anta? Anta, adatta.
That adada. Anta adada. Anta
Yeah,
adada.
yeah,
Antuma adatuma.
yeah.
Adatum. Ana adada. Nahnu naadda.
نحن عددنا.
أنا أدنى
نحن
نحن أدنى
عددنا.
نحن
عددنا.
نحن أدنى
عددنا.
قد أحسنت.
So, adda. I'll send this in the group as well. Addu. Addada, adadna. Adatta, adattuma, adattum. Adatti, adattuma, adattunna. Adattu, adadna. And present tense is adda, ya, uddu. Madda, ya, muddu. On the same pattern as madda, which means to reach or extend. Adda ya'uddu. Okay? Ya'uddu, which means he accounted or he is counting. Yeah, I'll send this present tense in the group. Ya'uddu, ya'uddani, ya'udduna. Ta'uddu, she is counting. Ta'uddani, it's on the so every verb. Now, adda ya'uddu is on the pattern of nasara yansuru. Nasara. So can you see yad, adda, ya'uddu? The middle letter has a dhamma. So because it has a dhamma, it follows the pattern of the nasara, yansuru. So like yansuru, yansur. Can you do yansuru for me, doctor? All of the 14 forms for the present tense.
ينشر ينشر ينشراني ينشراني ينشرون تنشر تنشراني تنشرون
Yansurna. Yansurna. Yeah.
تنشرنا تنشرني
No. No. Then then anta tansuru.
أنت تنشر.
Continue.
أنتما تنشراني.
Right.
أنتما تنشر
Antum tansuruna.
تنشرون.
Anti.
أنت تنشرين.
Right.
أنتما تنشراني.
Right.
أنتما تنشرنا.
Antunna tansurna.
تنشرنا.
Ana
أنشر. نحن نشر.
nansuru.
ننشر.
Okay, right. I'm going to ask Sister who's been absent last week. Sister Najma. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Sister Najma Kanani, are you there? Okay, his mic's right. Sister Sadiqa Asari. Assalamu alaikum and ziyarat mubarak to yourself. May Allah accept your ziyarat, inshallah. Can you do for me present tense, please? Of yansuru. Yansuru means he is helping.
Okay. Yansuru. So yansuru, yansurani.
Yep.
Yansuruna.
Excellent.
Hiya.
Hiya. Is hiya tansuru then? She?
Tansuru, tansurani. Yansurna.
Correct.
Tansuru.
Tansuru, correct.
Tansurani.
Correct.
Tansuruna. Tansurina.
Correct.
Tansurani.
Correct.
Tansurna.
Yep. Ansuru,
Naksuru.
ansuru, nansuru.
Ansuru, Nansuru.
Excellent. Now, the other thing I want to ask everyone is that as long as everyone's happy, I want to do and complete all of the weak verbs before I start book 4. Is everyone happy with that? So the one plan in the revision sessions, I will complete all of the weak verbs. Like for example, you know, in the verb like qala yaqulu, rama yarmi, da'a yad'u, ra'a yara. You know, in the Quran, it says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alam yajidka yatiman ahsantum fa'a wa. So this is again a weak verb, but there are 2 weak letters joined together. Fa'a wa. So alif wa ya. So the waw and the ya, there are 2 weak letters. I want to do these weak verbs, all of them, before we complete and before we start book 4. I want yourselves to all of it have mastery of all of the verbs. So that when you start book 4, you will, alhamdulillah, will be in a better position, and inshallah you'll be able to say that I know all of the verbs in the Quran. So all of the verbs which are in the Quran, all of them. When I mean all of them, all of the verbs in the Quran, you'll be able to dissect them, know them, and as long as you know how to use a dictionary, which will help you, you'll be able to conjugate all the verbs in the Quran. The only thing you need to do then is increase your vocabulary. Is everyone happy with that? Because I'm seeing it again and again. I have intentionally halted doing the weak verbs, but now we're in a more of a better position to complete all of them. Is everyone happy with that?
Inshallah, inshallah, Bismillah.
I think it's good to do the weak verbs because conjugating them is not very easy.
Yeah.
We are not used to.
Yeah. So because the reason why now alhamdulillah we are finishing book 3, or we are finished it, but we're in revision session. But in this revision sessions, I'm going to add additional material because I want everyone to be in that position now. Before we start book 4, all of the weak verbs, I'll give you ayat of the Quran as well. Like I spoke about, I'm going to start Surah Baqarah, which I haven't yet. I would start it, but I just need to do the preliminaries. I'll do that as well. I will send you now after the class some weak verbs as well, so that you are preparing yourself. And please, this is a humble request. I will need if you want me to make you reach your level of understanding of reading Quran, reading tafsir in Arabic, this phase which I'm going to push forward, I need everyone to write this out in your own handwriting, because without that you won't learn the actual changes of the weak verbs itself. So that is a humble request. Please, please write them out. Send me a voice recording so that you build your portfolio to be able to establish all of these weak words. Once you've done them, once you understand the patterns, it becomes really easy for you to do.
So you want us to do all the weak words conjugation, is it?
I'll teach you them first. I'll give you handouts. I'll send them across to yourself, and I want everyone to master them. And then I want you, then all of you, to take. If you have children, I want you to start gradually Arabic language with your children. And if you want me to, if that is messaging me in the group that you want to teach your children Arabic language, and I'll keep a separate group for you so that I'll send you the material separately in that group. If you have any questions how to teach Arabic language, I'll help you, assist you, because when you're teaching Arabic, you improve your understanding yourself as well. So that is something which I highly encourage everyone to do. If you're teaching something in madrasa, start Arabic language, message me, I'll tell you how to teach it, and inshallah you will become much more better equipped and have a better understanding of Arabic language as well, inshallah. Is that fine with everyone?
It's fine by me, certainly.
Yes, Molan.
Yeah, so you have Ali Raza to teach and Mahdi as well to test them on, and Sister Najma as well, Doctor. Everyone has grandchildren, so start with them, and I'll send you also some apps. There's a Medina Arabic app on iPhones and Android phones. Use that app as well. So use that app, please. I'll send the details across. Now, continuing this, the doctor asked the question, what does the word adda? So adda is the root word, adada, and the present tense is ya'uddu. Adda ya'uddu, madda yamuddu, and that is a root word. And doctor was asking, what does the word ma'dud mean? The ma'dud is singular. So what this means, doctor, ma'dud is the thing which is being counted. So when we say ishruna talibatan, the thing which is being counted is the talibatan. So this is the ma'dud. Ishruna taliban. Ishruna is the adad, is the number. Taliban is the ma'dud. Is that clear for you now, doctor?
Asant.
Yeah. So adda ya'uddu is the verb. Let me just unfortunately I haven't got my phone with me. I'm using someone else, so someone's taken my phone. So let me just see if I could use this phone and get into the WhatsApp group. No, I'm not. I can't do it. So adda ya'uddu is the verb, and the imperative is I'll send that across to you. Right, before I move on, now I need to move on.
So ya'udu, is it ye, ain, dal, dal?
Give me 1 second. I'll send it across to you now.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. Let me just log in this phone, and I can send it across to you. Give me 1 second. Because this comes in the Quran as well. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I've sent it just in the chat box. Adda ya'uddu. Adda ya'uddu. And the sixth form in the past tense is this. I'm just writing that out. Adadna. That's the sixth form in the past tense.
I haven't received it yet.
Chat box, doctor. Check on the chat box of the Zoom. Chat box, doctor.
Adda ya'uddu.
Asante.
Adadna.
Yes. And the plural of the present tense is like ya'uddu, ya'uddani, ya'udduna. Ya'udduna.
Uduna.
Adda ya'uddu, ya'udduna. That's the imperative, okay? And let me just send something across now. Give me 1 second, please. And Now, I've sent some verbs in your group now. If you open this as well. If you have a look at that,
Dara. Daraya. Darao. Darat. Daratta.
if you have a look at them, I've sent them across and I'll practice this next week, next lesson in class. So what I want to do today is reach up to lesson number 6, because these are from lesson number 6. And then inshallah, please, if you could meantime practice them, and then I'll give you a whole breakdown of this itself. Is that okay with everyone?
G.
Okay.
Yes.
So at least you have time to go through them and understand them from lesson number 6. Okay, let's start. Right. Okay. Now, Sister Zamina, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Are you there?
Alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, thank you.
You was absent last week, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So I want you to read the points to remember. So this is an easy lesson, which I want to cover. Bismillah.
In this lesson, we learn the following. The verb in the Madi, past tense, for example, dhahaba, he went, raja'a, he returned. Most Arabic verbs have only 3 letters, which are called the radicals. The basic
Sorry, what page is it?
Page number 40.
What page is it?
Page number 40, lesson number 4. So we're revising lesson number 4, and inshallah, I'll be sending you. Now, one thing is that I'll discuss it after. Bismillah, continue.
Okay.
The basic form of the verb in Arabic is the Madi. As we've seen in book 2, dhahaba means he went. But if it is followed by a subject, the pronoun he is to be omitted. For example, dhahaba Bilalun means Bilal went, and not Bilal, he went. In the same way, dhahabat means she went. But if a subject follows, the pronoun she is dropped. For example, dhahabat Aminatu, Amina went. In dhahaba, he went, and dhahabat, she went, the subject is said to be damir mustatir, hidden pronoun.
Correct.
To this basic form of the Madi, suffixes are added to indicate the other pronouns. This process is called isnad. In this lesson, we will learn the isnad of the verb in the Madi to the following pronouns. Dhahaba, he went. The subject is damir mustatir. Dhahabat, she went. The subject is damir mustatir. The ta is the sign of it being feminine.
So in 2 verbs in the past tense, in dhahaba and dhahabat, so every verb, so that you cannot have an action without a doer. So all the verbs itself, we have dhahaba, dhahaba, dhahabu, all of these verbs, they have a pronoun, a suffix attached to it, which represents who is performing the action. However, there's an exception. Dhahaba, which means he went, there's no additional letters which have been added to the 3-letter verb to demonstrate who is performing the action. So the dhamir, the huwa dhamir, is hidden in dhahaba, which it represents who is performing the action. And in dhahabat is the same scenario. The only thing is that this dhahabat, this is a sign of a feminine, not a pronoun itself. So, and the remaining verbs itself, you will have with them some sort of suffixes attached to them. Continue now, sister. Is that clear so far?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Dhahabu, they masculine went. The subject is the waw. The alif after the waw is not pronounced. Dhahabna, they feminine went. The subject is the noon.
Correct.
Dhahabta, you masculine singular went. The subject is the tha. And dhahabtu, I masculine and feminine went. The subject is tu.
Continue.
Note the difference between the masculine and feminine forms. Aina Bilalun wa Hamidun wa Khalidun. And then it goes Dhahabu ila suki.
So remember this point here now, because now, whenever so first of all, in this lesson, Dhahaba Bilalun. So you see here, Dhahaba Bilalun, verb, then doer or the subject. So we'll say Bilal went. So is this a verbal sentence or a nominal sentence?
Verbal.
Correct. It's a verbal sentence because it starts with a verb. So when it's a verbal sentence, then the translation will be Bilal went, not Bilal he went. It's incorrect because now when Bilal comes after the verb, Bilal takes the place of the pronoun which is within the verb itself. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Ji.
And when we say Dhahabat Aminatu, Amina is taking the place of the pronoun within the verb, which is here. So we'll not say Amina, she went. We'll say Amina went, and it's a verbal sentence. And we'll write this point down as well. We will do this in this book later, but just remind yourself. Question, write this question down. Is it possible to have the singular masculine verb or the singular feminine verb with a plural noun, which is the doer?
With plural.
Plural noun, which is the doer of the verb. I'll give you an example now. Do you understand the question? So you have a singular verb like dhahaba, but you have a plural noun which comes after it, and it's the fa'il or the doer of the verb itself. For example, let me explain now. Look in your chat box. I'm going to write this down. Who understands the question? First of all, who understood the question or who didn't understand the question?
I understood it.
I understood.
Is the answer yes or no?
I don't think so.
Yes,
It
sir.
would be possible.
Yes, I think so.
Thank you, because Asaria, you're correct. Look at the example now in the chat box. So it is absolutely correct that you can have a single noun or a plural noun with a singular masculine verb. It is absolutely correct. It is valid and correct. So look at the example. Dhahaba al-Muslimu. What's the translation of that? Dhahaba al-Muslimu?
Went. Muslims went.
No, al-Muslimu, the Muslim went. That's one Muslim. And then Dhahaba
Muslim.
al-Muslimuna. Now al-Muslimuna is it a plural now? Yes.
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 And which position is it coming in? It's coming in after the verb as a fa'il. It's coming as a fa'il, as a doer of the verb. So the Muslims went. This is absolutely correct. This is absolutely correct. And according to the Quran, I forgot, I thought you remember this. I mentioned this before, but I'll have to remind you again from the Quran again. There are many verses in the Quran like this, but I'll give you the most common one, which is Surah Mu'minun. my sisters and my brothers, where were you? Look at this verse here. So aflaha, yuflihu, iflah means successful, victorious. Qad is coming in the meaning of indeed. Al-mu'minuna. How many people are these?
Many.
Is it singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural.
Is that clear enough, Siddiqa Jafar?
Yeah, yeah. Because I was looking at Amina and then I'm thinking, how is it going to be multiple? No,
Yeah,
it
yeah, you
does
got
make sense. No, yeah.
So this is a ruling. Qad aflaha al-mu'minuna. Al-mu'minuna is a plural noun coming as the doer, and aflaha is a singular verb. Now, next question, open question to all the students. In al-mu'minuna, what is representing or illustrating, demonstrating that al-mu'minuna is the fa'il of aflaha? You know, in qad when you say dhahaba al-muslimu, the dhamma on the meme, it represents that it's the fa'il. But in al-mu'minuna or al-muslimuna, what represents that? I taught you this last week.
Wow, no, wow, no
Wow,
is
no.
representing the dual.
MashaAllah, this is what I like. Class, all of you who answer the wow known. Excellent. Clear, everyone? Yes? Is that clear, Sister Najma Kanani? Is that clear for you?
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Now, this is a... Yes, doctor. Now, aflah al-mu'mina is a verbal sentence, okay? It's a verbal sentence. It's called jumla fi'liya. Okay? Now, next thing. If it's a female plural, then it will be the following. Rahab. So what will be, doctor? Answer it, please.
It's قد أفلح المؤمنات.
God afla. So you need to change the verb aflaha to female.
قد أفلح تفلح
Aflahat al-muslima.
أفلحت المسلمات قد أفلحت مسلمات actually أفلحت
Aflahat al-mu'minatu. So let me put al-muslimatu first. Aflahat al-muslimatu and al-muslima.
أفلحت feminine.
So here, because now we're talking the doer is a female, now you can have a singular noun or a plural noun with the singular feminine verb. So in the chat box, I wrote the example, ذهبت المسلمة or المسلمات. المسلمات. Is that clear, everyone? Can everyone understand what I'm doing there?
G.
Who else is there? Sister Zohra Virji, Sister Sakina, Sister Shabano.
Yes, Maulana, we understand, but I just joined in, so I'm
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to repeat this a few times so you understand that. So this is a verbal sentence. So you have the singular verb with a singular noun and a plural noun, and you have the singular verb dhahaba al-muslimu or dhahaba. Let me just copy that for Sister Zohra and send it again in the group for her. Come on.
let me see.
No, it's in the chat box. Let me just copy it.
Copy chat box, okay.
Now I'm doing it now. I'm doing that now for her. Copy. So you got dhahaba al-muslimu and dhahabat al-muslimatu. So you have the singular noun and a plural noun. Okay?
Okay.
That's that. Now I'm going to change this now. Let's go to the lesson which we're doing. Where is it gone? This one. Here. Now, Sister Zamina, come back on the mic. We were on this here. Can you see the actual book on the screen?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Now over here, note the difference between the masculine and the feminine forms. Consider here now.
أين بلال وحامد وخالد ذهبوا إلى السوق. Where is Bilal and Hamid and Khalid? They went to the market. أين آمنة وفاطمة وزينب ذهبنا إلى المدرسة.
Now, can you see here now? The habna is coming in the plural format.
Yes,
What is the reason for that?
because Amina is addressing the female ladies.
Exactly, because we're addressing the female ladies, and there's a collective group of them, which is and they are mentioned before the verb in a form of a question. So then, in that circumstance, we will have to use the plural verb. We cannot use a singular verb. We cannot. If someone said to me, where is Sakina and where is Zamina and where is Fatima or Sister Sadiqa Jafar, I will not say she went to the madrasa. No, because we're talking about collective individuals. In that scenario, we will have to use a plural verb. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Continue now.
To render a verb in the Madi negative, the particle ma is used. For example, ذهبت إلى السوق, I went to the market, becomes ما ذهبت إلى السوق, I did not go to the market.
Okay, I did not go to the market. Now, mashallah, I've got some really bright students in the class. Now, I need to mention another point now. The point is this. So this is ذهبت إلى السوق, I went to the market. ما ذهبت إلى السوق, I did not go
To the market.
So market.
to the market. Now, the question which I'm going to put forward is this. How do you make the present tense negative? We're talking about the past tense. We add
Yes.
ma.
You put Elisa.
Laysa only. Is that Sister Sadiqa or Sister Najma?
Najma.
Sister Najma, Laysa comes with nouns.
Is it la?
Or with the nouns. You
Yeah.
put with verbs. You put la. Is it la?
Okay, so how does it work? If la comes, the answer is correct. It is the particle la, but how does it work? If I want to say I am not going, how would you say that?
I'm not going. La أذهب.
Who is going to help? Give me. I want all of the harakat. I want all of the harakat. Which harakat is going to be on the bar? Is it going to be a sukoon, or is it going to be a dhamma, or is it going to be a fatha?
If it's I,
Yes.
Adama,
So what would it be then?
And
ma adhabtu.
Ma adhabtu. You've made it ma, which is past. Ma is used in the past.
Oh, not the past, the present. Okay, sorry.
أذهب. It should be أذهب. لا أذهب. Is
Okay.
it لا أذهب?
Thank you. Sister Sadiqa, I actually put you in I want you to corner you to make you. I want you to make this mistake so I could teach something. So thank you for making that mistake. She said la adhab. Okay. And I wanted to, because in the other group, the students made a similar mistake, and I'm going to teach them today that lesson to them as well. They made a mistake which Sister Najma has made. They did a whole thing, and I'm going to teach them why did they make a mistake. Okay, let's go to. Give me 1 second, please. Has anyone got an appointment or anything? I may take this class a bit longer. Is everyone okay with that?
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Because I want to teach this and make you master this point. Because if I've done this, so what I'm covering now, it's really essential to understand the Quran, because this comes in the Quran. Okay. Sorry, just bear with me 2 seconds. I just need to find that file. I can't remember what I named it as. Give me 1 minute, please. I just want to find it. So, okay, let me, I'll explain to yourself as you're waiting. There are 2 types of laws. And so what Sister Najma did, she did one of the laws, not the other one. So in Arabic language, there is called lie nahi and lie.
Nafi.
Okay.
Who said that?
Dora. Me.
Jazakallah khairul jazak. Thank you ever so much for that. Now, I want you, Sister Zora, to ask someone to help you to explain what's the difference between lie nahi and lame nahi.
I don't know which one is it. One is a direct command, like when you tell somebody not to do something, and the other one is not a direct command. If I'm or
Who is-
no.
Who is going to help her? Who is going to help?
Oh,
Sister Zamina, Sister Sakina, you're great students. Sister Najma, Sister Sadiqa Sari, you're good as well. If your sister, if Doctor was here, she would have been good as well. She's not here today.
Yes, I've done it, but I've forgotten. I know there is negative command and negative not command.
Who, Sister Sadiqa, Sister Sadiqa, Mukarrama, Sharabano, I know you're studying Arabic from other places as well. Anyone knows the answer? Come on, Doctor.
No, I don't know.
Doctor? Yeah, Doctor. Sister Doctor Sister Sadia was here, she would have been out. Okay, come on.
Lam azhabtu ila al-suq means I won't go to I'm not going to the market. Lam azhabtu ila al-suq.
Yeah, so what's the difference between lamin nahi and lahin nahi? I'll write this down in the chat box. Lai nahi and la nafi. This is really, really important. Really important lesson. This is la
No,
nahi and la.
lie is not the direct command.
Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, everyone listen to this now. There are 2 types of laws. One law, the la nahi, please write this down. La nahi, can you see on the screen? It says here, la an-nahi. It's also called la an-nahiya. Can you see that? An-nahiyatu? Can you see on the screen?
Yes.
That is a negative command. That is a negative order. Like, for example, la taqulu, do not eat. That is a negative command from prohibiting you to do any action. That's called la an-nahiya, okay, or la nahi. The other one, because we are doing ma, so if ma is added the past tense, ma nasara, he did not help. Okay, he did not help. Now, did not help and don't do. What's the difference between the 2?
One is a command.
A direct command, right?
Exactly. One's a command. You should not do. And one is I did not go. One is not. It's a negation. So that's a different. Nahi means a negation. Nafi means negative. Now, how would you make the negation? The negation, the line nahi, it's added on the present tense. It's added on the present tense. So you correct this line nahi is just by adding la in front of the present tense. For example, can you see on the screen? La yansuru means he is helping. If you want to say he is not helping, Who is stopping him? Who is forcing him not to help? When you say la yansuru, he is not helping. Who is initiating this negation to him? No one. It's
No
himself.
one.
Correct. So what will happen? The present tense remains the same. I'm not going. You when you say I'm not going, no one is forcing you. It's your own decision. You not want to do it. So that is a negation. And it's add only la to present tense. So la yansuru, he is not helping. Sister Sadiqa, how do you say she is not helping?
La tansur.
Correct. Sister Najma Kanani, I'm not helping.
Sorry, what was the question?
I am not helping. I
No.
am, yeah.
I'm not helping. Is it Saada? Saada?
Ansuru.
Ansur.
Yeah, la,
Ansur.
la,
La Ansur.
la ansur, not ansur. If la ansur, I should not help. La it means I should not help. That's a negative command. But when you say la ansur, I'm not helping.
Okay.
Okay?
So if
So
it is a
Sheikh, just
command,
can I
if
ask
it's a
you something?
Yep. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
Najma, I didn't want to interrupt her. Sorry.
It's okay. If it's a command,
Yep.
you just put sukoon. And
I'll
if
do
we,
I'll do that. I'll do that in a minute. Yes, I will. That is correct. I'll do the imperatives and make you understand the difference because in the Quran, both of them are used. And in the other group, at the 8:30 class, they made this mistake for homework. I told them to make the negative command. What they did, they brought the negation, la ansuru, with a la, which is not a negation, is negative itself. So that is the difference. For one is that you should not go. One is I am not going. You should not go, and you are not going.
okay, you should not go. So it's la yansura.
La tansur.
Dansur.
Yeah.
Dansur.
Yeah, I'll explain this in a minute, but let's do one at a time. One at a time. Let's bring someone else on the mic now. Sister Sharabana Khaku.
Okay.
If you want to say he is not hitting. The verb
He-
is yadribu.
Okay. So la yadribu.
La yadribu, exactly. So if it's not hitting, it's a present tense verb. Just add la in the beginning. It's the main negation. And Mr. Manji, we are not helping. Nadribu, sorry,
نحن
we're not.
نضرب نضربنا
La nadribu. No, we are not hitting. La
لا نضرب
la nadribu. Sister Mukarrama Wanji, I am not hitting.
Can you repeat that, please, Chef?
The verb is, I'm going to change it. Akala yakulu. Yakulu means he is eating. I am not eating.
No.
La aakulu.
Correct. La akulu. So she is not eating.
La ta'akulu.
Correct. Correct. Is that clear now for everyone now? Sister Asriya, are you there?
Yes.
I want you to say they all females are not eating. So yakulu is the verb. Yakulu, takulu, takulani, takuluna, takulina, takulani, takulna. How would you say you all females are not eating?
La takuluna.
La takulna.
Kulna.
La takulna. Because it's female. The noon,
Kulna.
yeah, the female, the noon is the sign of feminine. Sister Sadiqa, is that clear for you as well now? Sister Sakina. They boys are not hitting.
لا يضربون
La yadribun, correct. Sister Zamina.
Yes.
They all females, sorry, you all boys are not hitting.
لا تضربون.
La tadribuna. Now, did everyone understand this? So whenever the present tense verb remains in its original form, does not change, that is called la nafi. It means I'm not doing. It's optional. Correct? This is the best word. La nafi, it's optional. You're doing something in your own, with your own whim, desire of not doing so. I'm not here. I'm not going. I'm not eating. So that is la nafi. Sister Sadiqa Asaria, are we there?
Yeah.
Now, the next one I'm going to explain for you is this. La nahiyatu. Now, before I explain la nahiyatu, I need to do a preliminary. The preliminary is this. I'm going to explain lam. What does lam do? Do you remember what lam does?
Negation.
A controller.
It makes the present tense into negative past tense.
Correct. It makes the present tense into past tense, and the what happens as well is that the present tense singular verb takes a sukun as well. Lam yadrib. So this is from yadribu, it becomes lam yadrib. So it comes to it is added to the present tense verb, and the singular feminine masculine verb will get a sukun from a dhamma to a
Sukun.
sukun. So that's the reason why it's called al-majzum. So now let me explain majzum. Now, does everyone know how many tenses does the verb have? Sister Damina, Sister Shalabano, or Sister Zuhra Viji, you probably know this answer.
Oh,
How many?
4.
3.
Oh.
Thank you,
Four.
Sister. Butul Manje, thank you. What are they? There are 3. What are they?
Madi.
Present tense, past tense, and
Mustaqbal.
future.
No. Before you need the answer, 3 is correct, but the present tense, depending upon what comes before the present tense, it has 3 states. Like the verb, like now, it has halatul marfu, mansub, and majrur.
Majrur.
The verb has 3 as well. Halatul marfu is this. When the present tense verb yadribu, yadribani, yadribuna, tadribu, this is called halatul marfu. That's the first state. The second state is halatul is on the screen for you. I thought you're quite witty. Come on, students.
It is majroor, huh? First one is majroor.
Marfu, look on the screen. It's got the answer on top. On top of lam, what does it say?
Mansub.
Majzoom. Majzoom and then mansub.
Mansub.
Mansub is fatha.
Exactly. These are the 3 states of the present tense and halatul mansub. If you can't remember if you can't remember this, write this down. Halatul marfu, halatul majzum, and halatul mansub. Marfu is when the present tense verb is free from lam and lan. So lam and lan do not precede the present tense verb, and that is called halatul marfu. Yadribu, yadribani, yadribuna, tadribu, tadribani, yadribna. Sister Sadiqa, is that clear for you? Yes? Sister Sadiqa, I can't hear you. Sorry. In the mic now. So this is called halatul marfu. The present tense verb when lam and lan do not come before the present tense, but this is called halatul marfu. Yadribu, yadribani. Now, next thing, as I was saying about lam is a particle front of the present tense verb, and when it comes, it changes last letter of the singular verb to a sukun. So lam, so yadribu will become lam.
Yadrib.
Yadrib.
That means he did not
It.
Hit.
It did not hit. And she did not hit. Lam,
Lam tadrib.
she did not hit. You did not hit.
Lam tadrib.
Correct. Now, this is with the singular verbs. Now, what happens is that when you make when you want to make the dual and the plural of lam, remember this point. The noon in the dual in yadribani, in yadribuna, the duals, the noon with a kasra at the end, and yadribuna, the noon with a fatha, the noon with a kasra and the noon with a fatha of the plural masculines. Only the plural masculines, it could be, it's the person and the second person. The nouns are
Omitted.
omitted, exactly. So it will become as the following. Lam yadrib. So go ahead, Bismillah, go through them. Lam yadrib,
Lam yadrib. Lam yadriba. Lam yadribu. Lam tadrib. Lam yadriba. Lam yadribna. Lam tadrib. Lam tadriba. Lam tadribu. Lam tadribi. Lam tadriba. Lam tadribna. Lam adrib. Lam nadrib.
so here, so this is what's happening. All of the nouns, even in the singular feminine, tadribina, the noun at the end is removed as well. Is
And
that,
also single I.
yeah, there's no noun in the I. Lam adrib, lam nadrib, there's a singular verb, that the last letter of the ba is given a sukoon. Is that clear for you, Sister Siddiqa?
Yeah, similar to when we do the imperatives, isn't it?
Fantastic. This is what I was trying to lead you to, and you got that's fantastic, brilliant. Yes, that's absolutely correct. Because now I can mention now this lam amr, sorry, lam and imperative, they are from the same category. If you look on the screen, amr itself, it's a type of majzoom. Majzoom meaning the last letter gets a sukoon. The only difference between imperative and the lam is one thing. What is that? In lam yadriba, the ya and the tas of the present tense, what happens to them? When lam comes,
They remain.
exactly. But in the imperative, the only thing happens in the imperative is that all of these tas are omitted and replaced with hamzatul
Yes, yes, sir.
wasl. Najma, is that clear for you as well?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Brilliant. This is really, really important lesson, which I'm giving yourself, because this is the crux of understanding the Arabic text in the Quran. Okay, so this is idrib and lam yadrib. They are all majzoom. In lam yadrib, when this comes, the last letter, the singular verb, takes a,
Sukun.
and in the dual, what happens? The nouns are,
Alif and a wow. Alif and the plural.
yeah, the noon, the kasra and the noon of the fatha or the masculine is dropped, except the exception is the plural feminine. Lam yadribna and lam yadribna. These noons
Remain.
They remain. They remain.
exactly. Is this clear so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. I want
We
the,
have
Will you send this chart in the
Please
WhatsApp?
send us this chart, Sheikh.
I will send this chart. I will send this chart. Next thing is this. So lam, and also remember I was talking about line nafi and line nahiya. Yes. So line nahiya, as I said, is the negative command, not to do. Yes, doctor?
Yes.
Now, if you look on the screen, doctor,
Yes.
you will see the arrow pointing towards the right. Yes?
Yes.
And I say, and on top of it, did not do, don't do, must do. On top of it, the title is al-majzoom. So what this means, it means that whatever lam is doing, la is when there's arrow pointing towards the left, la does the same action. The meaning is different because there's a negative command. So when so you just instead of having lam in the beginning, now we will have la in the beginning. So la ya'lam. What will be the translation now? He should not, or he would. He does not. He should not, or he will not.
Hit.
La ya'lam. He should not hit.
Teach.
No. Ya la ya'lam. He should not know.
What is this arrow on the right side meaning actually?
So these arrows are la. So for example, la yadrib is this indicating that whatever is coming over yadrib, the same verb are going to be used without any changes. It will be exactly the same. The only thing you need to change is la in front. So la yadrib. So if you want to say a negative command, he should not hit. La yadrib, la yadriba. So the arrow is showing that whatever is in this column here, it can come across. Is that clear? So whatever is in the column of lam, that can be moved across into the column of la, and you just put la in the beginning and say, because it's al-majzoom as well, like lam is majzoom for the present tense, you will say la yadrib, la yadriba, la yadribu, la tadrib, la yadrib. Yeah, that's a mistake there. It should be la tadriba, la yadribna, la tadrib, la tadriba, la tadribu, la tadribi, la tadriba, la tadribna, la adrib, la nadrib. Is that clear for everyone now? Yes or no?
Can I ask you something?
Yes, yes, madam.
If you have la yadrib, yeah,
Yep.
and you have lam yadrib,
Yep.
so the meaning is not the same, is it?
The meaning is not the same, but the ruling of what la and lam do make the fi'l mudari majzoom, that the singular verb gets a sukoon, the jewel towards the moon is dropped. It's the same ruling in regards to that itself. The meaning, yes, lam is did not do, and la is don't do.
Okay, do not. Okay.
So when lam,
So when it is lam, it is a command, like a command, isn't it?
no,
A
lam,
negative command, is it? What is it?
yeah, lam, he did not do it. It's past tense. Lam yadrib, he did not hit. Is a negation of the past. He did not.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So Sheikh, lam will always come with the past tense.
No, lam comes with the present tense verb, but it gives the meaning of the past tense.
Okay.
For example, in Surah Ikhlas, when you say Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad,
Lam yalid.
Lam yalid.
walam yulad. Lam yalid, he did not give birth.
Yes.
Walam yulad, neither he was
Begotten.
begotten, means that he was not being born of someone else.
Hmm.
So that's what lam does. Lam negates the present tense from past to present. That until now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not being born from anyone.
Okay.
And when that comes with present tense, it gives a negative command. La yadrib, he should not hit. Is that clear?
Okay.
So the ruling of when la comes is that the singular verb takes a sukoon, the dual and the plurals, the nouns are dropped. So that's the reason why the arrow is pointed towards the right, saying that this will move across, have the la in the beginning, and the verb will remain the same. And this is a category of majzoom. Is that clear now, Sister Sharabano and Sister Mukarram?
So, Sheikh,
Yep.
would I be saying it correctly if I said la is a command and lam is I chose not to do?
No. Lam is did not do. It is not chose. La is the one. La in nafi is the optional one. The one
Okay.
with the present tense, la yadribu, he is not hitting, that's the optional one.
Okay.
Can
Lam,
you explain the arrows a bit better, please?
okay,
Yes,
so
to the right and to the left.
when I say la akulu, I am not eating, is someone forcing you not to eat? I am not eating, la akulu.
There's no sign of forcing there.
Exactly.
I'm not eating passively.
Exactly. That's your own personal decision. That is for la nafi. That when a person with his own accord does not do something, that is called la nafi. But when you're being commanded to not to do something, that is called la and nahi. Nahi or a nahiya, which is a negative command of not to make you abstain from doing something. Got it? And when that comes, when it's a negative command for you to not to do perform action, then the present tense verb, singular verb will take a sukun, la yadrib, and in the dual and the plural, the noon will be dropped. Got it? Yeah, doctor?
That should be fine, thank you.
Yeah? So that's the difference. Sister Mukarrama, is that clear? And Sister Sharabano?
Yes.
Yes, Sheikh, thank you.
So literally have this move across and just write la yadrib, la yadriba, la yadribu, la tadrib, la yadriba, la yadribna, and so forth itself. I'll send this across in the group. That's called al-majzoom. And the other one, the third state of the present tense is al-mansub. So lan comes in with the present tense and it gives it future negation. And the present tense verb, the singulars, meaning huwa, hiya, anta, ana, and nahnu, these verbs will take a fatha at the end. So, Sister Sakina,
Yes.
he will never hit. How would you say that?
لن يضرب.
Correct. Sister Sharabano, she will not hit.
Lam yadribu.
She, not you. She. Ant, hiya, lan,
Tazrib.
tadrib.
Tazriba.
Okay, next one for you, because how would you say I will not hit? I will not hit.
Ana lam adriba.
Man, I will not. That's future. I will not hit. Not past tense, future tense. Lan,
Adriba.
correct. We will not hit.
Lan nadriba.
Is that clear for you now?
Yes, thank you.
Sister Zohra Virji,
Yes.
you all boys will not hit.
لن تضربوا.
Correct. So in the singulars, the singular verbs, yadribu, tadribu, they take the sukoons. Now, can you see the arrows pointing towards the right and the left now?
Yes.
It means that the dual, like in al-majzoom, the dual and the plurals, the noons are dropped. In all, also in halat al-mansub, the noons are also dropped.
Okay.
So mansub and majzoom and mansub, the dual and the plurals, dropping of the noons is a common theme between the two.
Okay.
The majzoom cases, when the fi'l mudari is majzoom, the singular verb will take a sukoon, and when it's fi'l mudari mansub, the singular verbs will take a.
Fatha.
Is that clear now?
Yes.
Or are you still confused?
Not confused, just to remember all that. It's just
Practice makes perfect.
yeah.
Practice, inshallah. Any question from anyone? Any question from anyone?
Still don't know about these arrows going to the right and to the left. Can you explain that bit more?
Yes, I'll explain that again. So what happens, doctor? Can you see now over here now? When there is an arrow pointing towards the right, it means that that verb, where the whole verb, like this verb here, this middle one, this middle column, يضرب يضربان يضربوا تضرب تضربا يضربنا, it means that that verb where there's a arrow pointing across on the left hand side, that will be the verb which will be used with lan. So lan yadriba, and if you say they both will not hit, lan yadriba, arrows pointing towards the left. The same here, lan yadribu, the noon is also removed, and one female will not hit. They have put the verb there, so we will have fatha at the end. Lan tadriba. In the dual female and the plural females, it will become lan tadriba. The noun remains in the plural feminine, becomes lan yadribna. You will never hit one masculine. The singular verb takes a fatha, the dual and the plurals, the noun with a kasra and the noun with a fatha will be removed. So lan tadriba, lan tadribu. Arrow is pointed towards the left. This verb here will be transferred across into this column. Lan tadribi, lan tadriba, lan tadribna, lan adriba, lan nadriba. Is that clear now, doctor?
It's going to the right.
Yeah, when it's going to the right, that is moved across, and when it's moving towards the left, it's moved across there as well. So let me wrap this up for you. So we have three. Let me wrap this up and explain this again. That'll be the last time. Now we have for the present tense verb, we have three states: فعل مضارع مرفوع, فعل مضارع مجزوم, and فعل مضارع
Majroor.
منصوب.
Sorry.
منصوب. فعل مضارع مجزوم. How is that made? The particles for فعل مضارع مجزوم are the following: lam, la and nahia, and imperative, as idrib, idriba, idribu, idribi, idriba, idribna. Because remember, we said when we make the imperative, the singular verb takes a sukun, the dhamma changes to a sukun, and the dual and the plurals, what happens to it, doctor? Doctor, what happens?
Lam tadriba, lam tadribna if it's a female.
Correct. So what happened? The nouns are dropped. Correct? The nouns are dropped, doctor. Is that correct?
This is lam tadribna is when it's going to the right, isn't it?
Yeah. So idrib, the singular verb takes a sukun. Idribani, the noun is dropped. Idribu, the noun is dropped. In tadribina, the noun is dropped. The verb becomes idribi. Tadribani becomes, noun is dropped, becomes idriba. This noun of the plural feminine remains, becomes idribna. So when lam is now fi'l mudari majzoom, when fi'l mudari majzoom, when lam comes or la comes, the singular verb will take a sukun. Lam yadrib, lam tadrib, lam tadrib, lam adrib, lam nadrib. Clear, doctor, so far?
Yeah, I think I'll have to go through it again, but it's very useful. Thank you.
Lam, yeah, doctor. When lam was a dual, yadribani and yadribuna, in yadribani and yadribuna, there's noon with a kasra and noon with a fatha, correct?
Yes, okay, yes.
These nouns will be omitted in the dual and the plurals and the singular feminines as well, because these nouns were represented in the present tense to show that the present tense is in its original form, neither lam is coming before the present tense. That's the reason why the noon with the fatha and the noon with the kasra are omitted from halatul majzoom. So it becomes lam yadrib, lam yadriba, lam yadribu, lam tadrib. Sister Sakina, can you go through them, please?
Lam yadrib, lam yadriba, lam yadribu, lam tadrib, lam yadriba, lam yadribna, lam tadrib, lam tadriba, lam tadribu, lam tadribi, lam tadriba, lam tadribna, lam adrib, lam nadrib.
Excellent. Sister Zohra Virji, can you call the mic?
Yes.
La and nahiya. So all of this column can be transferred across into this column of la and nahiya, which is a negative command of not to do. He should not hit. So how would you say la yadrib? Continue the 14 forms.
La yadrib, la yadriba, la yadribu, la tadrib, la tadriba, la yadribna,
What?
la tadrib, la tadriba, la tadribu, la tadribi, la tadriba, la tadribna, la adrib, la nadrib.
Is that clear for everyone now? Sister Siddiqa, is that clear for you as well? Sister Siddiqa Jafar.
Yes, Maulana, yes.
Right. I want you to do lan now. Lan is the third type of present tense where it's mansub, takes a fatha. So in the singulars, the present tense will take a fatha from a dhamma, yadribu becomes lan yadriba. Tadribu becomes lan tadriba. Anta becomes tadribu to lan tadriba. And adribu and nadribu, fatha at the end. Now, when the arrow is pointing towards the left, it means that this one here is being transferred across here. So then when in haratul mansub, in the dual masculine and plural masculine, the noons are dropped, and in the singular feminine, which is anti, in tadribina, the noon is also dropped, becomes tadribi, and it becomes lan tadribi. The plural of the feminine, third ghaib, yadribna and tadribna, these two noons remain behind because these noons is a sign of feminine. I want you to, Sister Sadiqa, go for all of the 14 forms of lan yadriba.
Okay. Lan yadriba, lan yadriba, lan yadribu, lan yadribna, lan tazriba, lan tazriba, lan tazribna, lan tazriba, lan tazriba, lan tazribu, lan
Tadribi,
tazribi, lan tazriba, lan tazribna, lan azribba, lan azribna,
lan nadriba.
lan nazribna.
Well, he's got the fatah harakat on there. Lan adriba, lan nadriba.
Lan azriba, lan nazriba.
Right. What the homework is this? I want you to write 3 of these patterns down. I want you to write out, all of you. If you could please do this as well, that'd be really, really appreciated. If you write the Yansur or Yansurani and write the meaning next to it as well in English, he is helping, they both are helping, they all are helping, and then she is helping, and then Lam Yansur, he did not help. If you could do that as well. And if you, in these columns where they go the arrows, I want you to fill those columns with la and nahiya, la yansur, la yansur, la yansur, la yansura, la yansur. If you could do that for me, that'd be much appreciated.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to ask you to do nasara, Daraba and Fataha. I want you to write 3 of them out, the whole sheets out. I'll send you the blank sheets to you now with the actual ones which are filled in. And I want you to fill in the boxes which haven't got them in there as well. So the ones that got the arrows, instead of the arrows, I want you to write them down in those boxes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Did everyone?
Yeah.
find
You said Nasara, Daraba, and which one?
all 3 of them, Nasara, Daraba, and Fataha.
Okay.
I'll send them across now into the group, and then you could do this, and then inshallah, next week we'll finish off lesson number 4, and then we'll lesson 4 and 5 will finish that off. And once we come to lesson number 6, then I'm going to try to go for work on the verbs, weak verbs in lesson number 6. Continue with lesson number 7, 8, 9, 10. Finish off the book. Once I finish all the book off, then I'm going to work, before I start lesson book 4, I will then go through all of the weak verbs in the Quran, go through them so that you master all of the weak verbs, and then we'll start book 4, inshallah. Okay?
Sheikh, can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
So, lan and lam change the present tense verb into the past tense.
Which one? Yeah, lam changes the past?
Lam and lan
No.
change the present tense verb into the past tense.
No. Lam changes the present tense verb to the past tense. Only lam.
Yes.
When
Yes, only lam.
only lam. When lam comes, that changes the present tense to future tense.
Okay.
When we say Ya Musa lan tarani. Oh Musa, you'll never see me.
Okay.
So lan comes in future negation.
All right. Thank you.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajam. Sis Sakina and Sis Zamina, was that okay for you as well?
Kind of. I think I just need to review it again.
Yeah, if just message me if there's anything not clear. Just message me and I will explain, or message in the group, in the fast track group, and I'll answer the question in the group so that everyone benefits as well. Okay.
And Sheikh, la nahiya means that it is a command not to do.
Yes, la nahiya is a negative command not to do, and la and nafi, it's a not a command but a negation, like ma dhahaba, I did not go, he did not go. It's not a negation, it's a negation, not a negative command.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, jazakallah for that. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum, sahil makhrajahum.